I'm Carrie, and I'm here to help you prep for meals and snacks for a week. This might seem like a really daunting task, but a little preparation ahead of time really goes a long way in helping you from giving into your cravings and kind of going rogue throughout the week. I can tell you for sure the weeks that I meal prep, I stick to the plan a lot better than the weeks that I'm sure that I'll stick to it on my own. So the first thing we're going to talk about is making a plan. Making a plan is key before you jump in to start meal prepping. That's another mistake that I've made along the way. So the times that I know what kinds of things I'm going to eat and I prep as I go throughout the week are the times that I kind of don't have good balance when it comes to my food. So just sit down, write it out. I'll actually share with you an Excel spreadsheet that will help you if you're following the container plan. And then if not, I'll give you just some tips as we go. So one of the biggest things is 5 to 6 small meals a day. So this might be different than you're used to eating. I know a lot of folks are used to eating 3 times a day. That's really not healthy because you end up eating more each time, and honestly by the time you eat you're usually a lot hungrier. Also your metabolism slows in between those meals, so to keep that metabolism up you need to continue to eat every 2 to 3 hours, 3 meals and 2 to 3 snacks. So like a breakfast, a first snack, a lunch, a second snack, and then a dinner, and then possibly a third snack. I always eat a third snack. I'm a big in front of the TV, need something to munch on at the end of the day kind of snacker. So one of the things to keep in mind is to have a mix of healthy carbs, protein, fruit and vegetables, and healthy fats. So those plans that tell you to cut out carbs or to cut out fat, that's really not healthy for your body. All of those things are naturally occurring in nature, and because of that your body really needs all of those things in a healthy balance to be well. So the other thing that I would encourage you, and this is just something that has tripped me up along the way, is as you're planning out your meals for the week to do a mix of grab and go food and food that requires preparation. So when I get busy, the last thing I want to do is prepare food. And so if I don't have something that is a grab and go along the way or something in my arsenal to grab and go, then I'll turn to fast food, drive-through, cafeteria, something else rather than preparing my food. So what I'm going to show you is a few things that I pack in my lunch or pack in my bag for the day to get me through. It'll be a mix of all of those things that I showed you before, as well as a mix of grab and go and prep food. Okay, so I'm going to actually talk you through my food for the week. I usually eat a lot of the same breakfast and lunch. I vary snacks just a little bit, and then I vary my dinners. So I'm not going to prepare my dinners today, partly because my husband's the better cook and his dinners are better. And also I kind of mix up dinners throughout the week. But I do feel a lot better prepared if I get my breakfast, my lunch, and my snacks prepared so that I can grab them throughout the week. So what you're going to see me do today is for breakfast, I've kind of settled on a really delicious overnight oats recipe. My first snack is usually Shakeology, so that's a whole separate post altogether that you'll see later in the week. And then there's a really yummy chicken salad recipe that I'm going to be making for my lunches, and I serve that on a bed of spinach to get in my vegetables. It's actually super simple. I've mentioned before, I'm not a cook. And then for my snacks, I'm going to prepare some broccoli, some carrots, some hard-boiled eggs, and some pretzels with hummus. So depending on what my dinner plan is for the day will depend on whether I need to go heavy on vegetables for snacks or I can incorporate some protein into my snacks for the day. So again, overnight oats, Shakeology, which I won't be showing you today, chicken salad, hard-boiled eggs, broccoli and carrots, pretzels and hummus. Okay, while we wait for things to boil, I have my chicken boiling over there, which I actually didn't realize you could boil chicken until I discovered this recipe. And then I have my eggs working on boiling back there. But I wanted to introduce you to my container system. So if any of you end up wanting to try the 21-day fix with me, or just to really understand what I'm talking about when I talk about my container system throughout the week, this is it. So as you can see, I have color-coded Tupperware-like containers. The green is for vegetables, the purple is for fruits, The red is for proteins, the orange is for seeds and dressings, the blue is healthy fats, and the yellow is carbs. So one of the ways that I portion out my food is by using, apologies for my barking dog, is by using these containers. So I actually have them shown with the lids on because that's how they come. But what I actually do is pop these lids off most of the time and use them kind of as measuring cups. They look small, but you get more than one every day. So you really just determine how many of each you get in a given day, and then it's a really easy way to keep track of what you're eating. You'll see me use them to portion out my food as I'm prepping. Another thing I want to show you guys is my lunchbox. So as I'm preparing this food, how I package it to take with me to work. So I actually got 2 of these little puppies on Groupon, a pink one and a bright yellow one. So that's why there's 2 different container tops, because I don't sort them. But what I love about it is it comes with actually 4 of these 2-cup containers and 2 2-cup containers. So 6 containers altogether fit inside the lunchbox, and it's separated by this ice pack. So when you put it in, you actually use this as kind of like a divider, and then you put all 6 in there. It also has this handy little pouch if you take supplements. So I take like fish oil and some amino acid supplements just to keep my heart healthy. And there's a little pill case, a little pouch, and a little shaker bottle that I use for my Shakeology. Again, this isn't like a promo, but this is something that was really helpful to me, and I think it's helpful to kind of see what different tools people use. Obviously, any lunchbox will work, any small Tupperware containers will work, but this just happened to be a really cool thing I found. If you wanted to check out that Jack's website, or I think maybe Fit and Fresh, I'm seeing that kind of labeled on there, or heck, they might still have them on Groupon. But this is something that you'll see me package my food in each day. It helps. There's 6 containers. It helps keep everything straight. Okay, so our chicken came out of the boiling water, and I shredded it up, and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing with that in a second. And then I just wanted to show off my very perfect hard-boiled eggs. Please note the beautiful perfection. We always have to peel one just to test it to make sure, because we've had some issues in the past where we either overcooked or mostly undercooked hard-boiled eggs, and that was a messy cubicle day. So I'm actually just going to be putting these right back in here like this, and stick them in the fridge and grabbing 2 at a time throughout the week. I don't peel them ahead of time. I have a personal problem that with eating too fast, so peeling the eggs actually kind of help me slow down and eat one egg and then the other one. Total preference, you can peel the eggs ahead of time, but I just stick them back in here. I usually mark it hard boiled because I keep some on hand that are raw too. Stick it in the fridge, grab 2 at a time. So this is our easy peasy chicken salad. This is not my recipe. This is actually my upline coach's recipe, but it's become one of my absolute favorites and a staple for a lot of my weeks. So again, this is about a pound of pound of grilled chicken breast tenderloins. I boiled it for about 7 minutes because they were the tenderloins. If they were the full chicken breast fillets, I'd actually probably boil them for closer to 10 minutes. But about 6 minutes, shredded them with a fork. So I'm just going to throw this in the bowl. Again, you'll notice my containers. I use a red of plain Greek yogurt. You can use whatever amount of Greek yogurt makes sense to you. And then this is a diced apple. Now usually you should probably use something like a Granny Smith apple, something with some tart to it, but I had Fuji apple, so I'm using a Fuji apple, diced into tiny pieces. I've cut the pieces too big before, and it's kind of thrown off the texture of the chicken salad before. I have both of the animals at my feet, hoping I drop something. And then these are actually walnuts. So this is my blues, my healthy fats, just a little bit of crushed walnuts. And I just mix all that up. And again, I serve it on a bed of spinach. I've actually put this on bread before, or just eaten it plain. It makes quite a bit. So I portion out about a cup at a time, and I almost always have I almost always have some left over. We're almost always throwing out chicken salad at the end of the week. So hopefully you can get more of your family hooked on healthy eating than I can, and less will go to waste that way. A couple more things. I actually forgot to tell you that I do add salt and pepper. So I have like a sea salt grinder that I just grind in there, and then I just sprinkle pepper on there until I can actually see it. I'm usually one for measuring very carefully, but for this I just put salt and pepper to taste. And then I wanted to show you actually how I prep them. So I have these, I just buy these Power Greens, so it's baby spinach and baby kale. And then I use my little green container, and I just, pile my leaves in there. You really can't get too many vegetables, so I don't carefully pack them. Again, I don't really use the lid. And then I put the greens here in the bottom of my little container I showed you earlier. And then I use my little red container to portion this out. And again, it's not a pure red, which is protein, because it does have the apples in it and the walnuts. So I don't get too careful with that. And then I just stick the lid on there, and then there's my lunch. Okay, now for snacks. I pre-chopped the broccoli because it's boring to watch someone chop broccoli. So I'm going to actually be doing broccoli and carrots. These Ziploc Zip and Steam bags have really saved my vegetable life. I hate raw vegetables. To a lot of people that's weird. For me, it was a really big stumbling block for eating healthy, because a lot of folks would tell you to just eat raw vegetables as a snack, as something light and crunchy. That sounded awful to me. But I found these little Zip and Steam bags. You put them in the microwave. You put like a tablespoon of water in the corner. You microwave them for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, depending on what's in there. And then you actually have steamed vegetables as a snack, which is a lot more delicious for me. And it's the best way to cook your vegetables to retain the nutrients inside. So sometimes I roast my vegetables, sometimes I steam them, but again, I just chopped some broccoli. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say chopped broccoli today. And 10 baby carrots is a serving. So rather than use the green, I actually just count them out. And that's one of my snacks. And then I'm not particularly endorsing these pretzel thins. They're not the cleanest thing in the world when you read the ingredients. But I did want a way to eat hummus that did not involve raw vegetables. A lot of folks love to dip their raw vegetables in hummus. It's a great source of fat, much better than say like a ranch dressing. So what I'm going to do, this blue container is my healthy fat container, and I'm actually going to prepare some pretzels and hummus for a snack this week. Again, these pretzels aren't the best for you, but you get 14 pretzels, and they're 120 calories. And in reading the back of all the pretzel containers, these happen to have the least amount of ingredients. A lot of the flavored varieties, so they have like a garlic parmesan and some like a sea salt and pepper. They added a lot of weird preservative type ingredients, but this one didn't. So I actually counted out 14 pretzels, stuck them in my little container, and then this is one time I'm actually going to use my container in real time, and then I'm going to just pop this on here, and then I have a good little pretzels and hummus for a snack, and as well as my broccoli and carrots. The last snack that I usually eat, I don't really prepare ahead of time because I eat it after I get home, and it's kind of part of my unwinding, is celery and peanut butter. So yes, your peanut butter is good for you. It's another great source. You get in the 21 Day Fix program, you get what's called teaspoons. So you get certain teaspoons amounts of things, your oils, your nut butters, things like that. So I use all of my teaspoons on natural peanut butter and celery at the end of the night. So it's a great little way to munch while I'm watching TV. Get my teaspoons in, got my vegetables in at an early snack, and finish out my day that way. So I hope that was helpful.